besides the mean, we have to learn how to find besides the mean, okay, of your data, right? You need to learn how to find the mode. So now, still in my data set number 2, right? The mode. What is the mode? Mode, okay, is the data item, right? Is the data item or the data value, right? The data value with the highest frequency. Remember what frequency is all about? Frequency is just the number of times that one particular, frequency of the data value here is just like the number of times that data value happens, right? That data value is repeated. So mode is just the whichever number that has the highest frequency, right? So which one occurs the most frequently, whichever data value that occurs the most frequently, that is your mode, right? So in our example, in my data set 2, right? In data set 2 that we're looking at, right? The mode here equals now. So which one has the highest number of frequency, has the highest frequency? It looks like 3, right? 3 has 5 of them. There are 5 threes, which is the most, right? So the mode here is 3. 3 is the data value, but the reason we call it the mode is because that's the one that occurs most frequently, right? So 3 is the mode. Okay? So now, what happens if you can, sometimes, in some cases, and I don't know how rare or how often it could be, but then there are cases it happens like this. Okay? Sometimes when all your data values are just the same, like say, we got the 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. This is ridiculously, somehow, it's ridiculously impossible, but in theory it could exist out there, right? So sometimes if your data set is just like contain all the same values like this, all uniform one value like this, right? Even though there are more than one values, but then, more than one data values, but then it's just the same number, right? Then what's the mode? In this case, you call that no mode. Okay? The reason we call it that no mode is because when you say we define mode is the data item, right, with the highest frequency. But in this one right here, which one is the one with the highest? When you say there's something to be the highest, then that means it has to be in comparison with the other one, right? But hey, wait a minute, look, if you look at this data set right here, 2 is the only data value. So that's the only value. So that's why there's no mode, right? And that's the logic, that's the reason behind it. And so once again, remember, whenever sometimes it might sound impossible to happen like that, but in theory we could have a data set that looks like that, right? So this is the case that you have no mode right there, right? Now, also in some special case, how about you got like a data set with like 1, 2, and 3, 3, 3, right? And then 4, 5, and then 6, 6, 6, okay? So what's the mode here? Well, you can see 3 here has the highest count, right? 3 here has the highest count. Also, 6 also has the highest count. Okay, so what's the problem here? Which one is the mode? The answer to that here is mode is 3 and 6. Okay, so now, the bottom line now is that when you're looking at the mode for one data set, there could be more than one mode. So to a little side note right here. Okay, it's a remark, it's a hint. There could be, okay, more than one mode. Okay, are you with me now? Alright, once again, I might be going fast or I might be going slow, but then you have the option to always rewind the video and look at that again. Okay, so, and that is all about the mode. Okay, that is all. And we have learned about the second important thing with statistics, right? The third topic that we need to discuss about in doing statistics, the third technique, the third, information about a data set that you need to learn is about the the median. It's about the median. Now the median is just what the median. I mean, I don't know how this can be a precise definition, but and I don't know how formal it is, but it's some kind of definition that has been traditionally used out there. So a median is the data value that's the data value right in the middle, right in the middle of the data set, of the entire data set. Okay? And so what I'm seeing here, okay? All right, so now what I'm seeing here is that in my for my data set 2, okay? Once again, I keep choosing data set 2. I'm going to switch back so that we can have a look at the data set 2 again. But see, this is data set 2, right? So we got 19 of them all together. You see that now? So let's just count together with me. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17, 18, and 19, right? So where is the middle? Where is the middle item? Okay, the middle item would happens to be what? It's going to be the 10th item, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, this is what I mean right here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right there. That 10th item. That 10th item is your middle number. Right? The number that occurs right in the middle. Okay? Alright, so now, but then you notice what happens. So now for my data set 2, right, the median for this equals, now 10th, remember 10th is the place that you can find, I mean the 10th item is where you can find a median, but then the real median is 5, right? It's 5 at the 10th data value. Right? Does that make sense now? So the median here is 5. Okay? Now, what happens if you have like an even number? Let's say you can have like a, let's say, so how about the even number of data set? Okay? So let's say if you got like 1, 2, 2, and 3, 4, 5, something like that, right? So this is, you got 6 items all total, okay? An even number of data sets, right? So this time here, your median is not 2, because 2 is not in the middle. It's not 3 either, because 3 is not in the middle. What happened here is you're going to have to average out 2 and 3. So these 2 items right here, you average out 2 plus 3 divided by 2. That gives you the median, right? That gives you the median. So the median here this time is going to be a 2.5, right? That's your median right there. Okay? So in the textbook, if any of you are reading the textbook, the author is actually introducing a nice formula which can be considered as a shortcut to help you quickly spot which value the median could be, right? So the formula here, and And so what I'm seeing here is that, now, I mean, before I can explain that formula, how about we look back at this? These two, I mean, if I'm looking at my data set number 2 right here, right, and the median is 5, but then the position for that is, it's sitting at the 10th data value, right? But then when the number of data values here being even, like that, then the mean, I mean the median, it's not even on the data set itself. I mean, the point is 2.5, which is, we call it the median, but then the median is not even in the data set, right? So we can pretend that it's actually at the position 3.5. See it now? It's at 3.5 position. Meaning, so 3.5 here is meaning because it's after the 3rd position, but then it's also before the 4th position. So that's what I mean by the 3.5 positions, right? I mean, it's not something real, but it's like something we pretend like that. So the idea now is that the positions, right? The positions of the median is always the number of total items, right? The number of total data points plus 1, and we divide it by 2. Okay, so with this formula right here, okay, you can always quickly, find where the position of the median would be, where you can find the median. So, for example, back in my data set number 2, right? For data set 2, once again, right? Now, total number here is it's a 19, isn't it? Right? So that means my positions, the position for median, right? I'm just talking about the positions, okay? And that is going to be 19, which is the total item, right? Plus 1 and divided by 2, so that gives me 20 over 2, which is 10. That's why, see, that's why I came to my 10th. That's why I came to my 10th data value right there, to look for the median, and then the value of the median is 5. Okay? Is that making better sense now? Or, so now, if you can see quickly for the data sets that's like 1, 2, 2, and then 3, 4, and 5 like that, right? There are 6 of them, so what I do is n equals 6, right? And so median is at when you do 6 plus 1, right? Divided by 2, so that's 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5. See it now? So that's how I found that tells me where 3.5 here tells me where I can find my median. It's in the middle. It's after 3 and it's before 4. Okay? It's after the 3rd one and it's before the 5th before the 4th one. All right. So, and that's how you can find a median. So now.